Yo, check this out. It's ODB, the Lincoln Addict. I'm picking right up where I left off the other day with my last video. And this one's going to be kind of cool, man. I feel like I'm always going on these Lincoln adventures. And, of course, the majority of them are with the big homie, Tony Boss Bolin. Tony just got a 65 Lincoln, a custom in. And this one came from California, my understanding. I'm going to go up and see it. I just left my house a couple minutes ago. If you watched the last video, which I wrapped up, the cruise from this past weekend from the Cut Shop annual New Year's Day cruise, then, you know, I had just left my crib and I'm headed up to Tony's place where him and his parents have their shop. And Tony got the car in, so I'm excited to see it. Want to get up there before it gets too dark. Of course, it's 5:41 now. And you can see it's a great time of year. Weather dipped down just a hair. And you can just see it's so nice out right now. It's definitely vert weather. I would have jumped in the blue car, but I just didn't have the time. I wanted to get up here before it got too dark so I could actually get some video of the car. But this 65 sedan is pretty cool. It's something different. You don't see a lot of lowrider style Lincolns. Now, there are a few, don't get me wrong, but when you get down to it, some of them have wire wheels. Some of them, you know, a couple of them have wild paint. You know, again, not a lot of them. I know Psycho's is pretty wild overall. His is kind of lowrider themed, but it'll be pretty cool to see this car. And Tony really kind of has a niche with these 65s because he's got the red sled, we call it. He has the blue car, which I call Bolin's mothership. And then he has this sedan, which is a 65. So I think it's kind of cool. That's, I think, his favorite year. So I'm going to go another 10 minutes or so, be up at the shop, and hopefully show you guys what just came in. All right. So here we are. I was here when Tony got the red car. They just took this off the transporter, so let's go take a look at it. I don't know if Tony had to bolt or what. I saw the transporter over there. There he is. I got the GoPro going.
Hey, what up, Chief?
A new Lincoln adventure.
How you doing?
Got it undone?
Yeah. What's going on with you?
I tried to get up here quicker. Dude, I was talking about this car is pretty cool because it's got that lowrider style. You coming after Psycho, I heard. Suicide.
Yes, sir.
65's on the rise. I like the wheels, old school.
Things are back.
Yeah, doggy. I saw the guy right back there. I was hoping you were still here.
Yeah, I was about to peel out.
Yeah, that's cool. Hey, check this out, 65 Lincoln Continental, old school custom. It's been around a long time, out in Cali. Tony Boss Bolin picked it up. I think he may even want to sell it. You never know. If you're interested, it was black with just a scallop, and I think it's been done over 20 years. The guy did some cool stuff with it, airbagged. But I don't know. He might let it go. You just gotta, if you're interested, hit him up at Boss Bolin. It's got a little crazy interior in it, but nothing you can't change if you don't like that. And maybe refresh the valves and stuff like that. But it's ready to rock and roll. Old school wheels, old school paint. Deck lid's good, no rust. All right. So yeah, there you have it. He's gonna roll it tonight, and like I said, he said he might let it go. He loves his 65s though. Got the suicide plate for it already. But definitely a car that, you know, you could refresh. You could either respray it. If you don't like the graphics, old school stuff, you could refresh the valves. Got the old school. When mini trucking, when we first got started with these cars, or, you know, mini truckers in the 90s, basically we were using 1/4-inch lines and manual valves, which is still super reliable. And then nowadays, you know, guys are using all the VU4s and AccuAir stuff, the manifolds. But this car has it has 4 valves underneath the hood, and he said there's some in the trunk as well. So it probably has 8 valves on it, you know, smaller valves, and I think it probably has 3/8 line. But definitely been done a long time. It's probably going to need the bags replaced and stuff like that. So yeah, Cali car. Get a quick video as he makes the turn here. Just another day. It's another Lincoln adventure with Tony Boss Bolin. You can follow him on Instagram, BOSS Bolin, or Death Row Lincolns is one of his accounts. Let's see if we get a video of him rolling. We took our cars out the other day. If you guys follow us on social media, I posted on Lincoln Addict some cool photos we took, and it was a good day. Getting out, rolling a little bit, more confidence in the car every time I drive it. Hey, it's Jason ODB, the Lincoln Addict. Want to wrap this video up, but one thing I want to do going forward as well is let everyone know when things don't go so well. It's easy for us to make a video here and be like, hey, everything was perfect. But right after I cut that video, after he pulled out, he had called me and he's like, hey, does everything look good? I was like, yeah, the car hadn't ran in a while. We don't think, I mean, they did drive it a little bit out west, so don't get me wrong. I think they drove it, but, you know, so it kind of was like just getting some of the spider webs out of it, you know, just getting on the throttle and stuff, which was fine. But, he went to the first gas station up there, which was like another mile or so. Went into the gas station, everything was fine, started filling it up with fuel, and sure enough, he fills it up, and we look down, and there's freaking gasoline everywhere. So if you have one of these cars, especially I know 64, 65, you have your fuel filler on the rear quarter panel. You open that, you have a tube that comes through there, and then it goes into kind of the rear floor section of the car. So you can see the tube, and then it cuts through up sort of where the package tray's at, right? Up in that kind of area. And if you don't have that seal in there, it'll cause for all kinds of potential issues, right? The number one that I know of is it'll leak the gas fumes into the car. But in this case, after the fuel started spilling out, which I'm going to include a video of that, you then see that when you look at the fuel filler neck, you start moving it around and it wasn't even bolted in. So it looked like someone had taken it out at some point and they just jammed it back in. They never put the seal back in and things like that, including the O-ring. But basically lost probably 4 or 5 gallons of fuel, I would say, ish. And then on top of that, had to go and pick up his tow truck, come all the way back. So it's probably an hour and a half, 2 hours wasted. But you'll see in the video here that I'll post in a second, when the fuel was pouring out, it was literally just dumping right down on the exhaust. So thank God it wasn't too hot, because it could have easily started a fire. So, of course, the person said, oh, it must have happened in transport. No. It's whoever took that thing apart, didn't put it back together right. And as Blair always says, you know, you got to put things back together at least the way it was intended from the factory. I mean, that stuff is there for a reason. So, you know, again, want to show you guys when things don't go as planned. And I was going to just try to get a little bit of rolling video of him up next to the side of it, but it just did not work out. And then, of course, instead of me rolling home, I said, I'll pull in the gas station with you. chop it up a couple minutes, and luckily I did, because I had to give him a ride back to the shop to take his truck north to pick up the tow truck and then back. I want to give you a huge shout out to the Raddies. I was wearing their shirt the other day. These guys always hook us up with gear and any stuff that we want to ever buy. We just, go and get with Rusty. You could also direct message the Raddies on Instagram if you want to buy gear. There's some great people. So here's to 2022. I told you more content, so I'm going to do my best to continue to stick to it. And I've got an awesome interview lined up for the next Lincoln Addict podcast. Have a good week, y'all. We out you. Peace.
Fill it up, put 20 gallons in, and then it's gushing fuel out, dude. This is not cool at the gas pump, bro. I mean, this is not cool. Right on the exhaust, bro.